Welcome back, family. We are at Walmart today getting our seeds ready for the spring and summer planting season. So we're at the Fairy Morse installation. The great thing about Fairy Morse is they have so many different things to choose from. They have different vegetables. Some are your solid usuals and some you probably haven't heard from but should definitely try. They also offer these 72 cell starter kits, which is completely helpful for somebody who's just starting out, or even if you already garden but you just kind of want to keep everything in one place. Under $7, you really can't beat it. So Burpees. Burpees are my favorite brand. I use Burpees brand seeds every single season, never fails. Expert Gardener is the secret weapon though, because Expert Gardener also carries seedlings, which are very affordable, and I believe they are associated with Walmart. So just keep that in mind. All right, guys, on to the herbs. Cilantro. I will not do any planting of the herbs without my cilantro. I eat way too much of it not to. I'm going to grab some dill, of course. I'm also going to grab some basil and some rosemary. Those are going to be my go-tos for my herb garden, guys. The great thing about rosemary and basil is they're also they repel pests with their scent. They also smell amazing to me, and I use them in seasonings as well. Now, what you'll notice about each of these Burpees packets, and pretty much every other brand too, when you're shopping for your seeds, always check the back of that packet because it's going to have important information regarding the item in that pouch. So all things are not going to grow the same. You'll see how long it takes to fruit, you'll see how much sun it needs, and you'll also see the best way to plant them, whether that's in the ground, raised beds, containers, and which time of year, depending on your area, your state. They have a nice handy map to show you when you should put those out. I'm definitely going to grab some onions. I don't have much success with the yellow onions. I think it's a patience thing, honestly, but I'm going to get me some bunching onions this year. And of course, I'm going to get me some peppers. So peppers are my superpower. I think every gardener has a special thing that they do, a special thumb for something, and mine is peppers, to the point where I'm always having to give away peppers before the end of my season. So I'm definitely going to grab some sweet peppers, some jalapeno peppers. I've had a lot of luck with these, and they grow really great and pretty fast too. So I'm going to do a hot pepper blend just to make some salsas with, and also use them for like soups and stuff. I use hot peppers for anything. I like everything spicy, so. These right here. So these little habanero peppers. I didn't find these on the Burpee side, but guess what? I found these on the Expert Gardener side, and I'm getting them because these make the best hot honey sauce. So keep that in mind. Also peas, and I'm looking at the Fairy Morse peppers, and I see more peppers here. Another thing about peas that I want to tell you guys. So it's February when I'm filming this. Peas need to go out pretty early because they don't like the heat very much. Peas and green beans, once it gets to about 80 on average during the days, watch out for them because they will decide that they're done and dry up. So just keep that in mind. So these tomatoes last year were my favorite, but they do grow in a vine. So one lesson I've learned so far is if you're growing things for the first time, or if this is your first time growing anything, check to see what they look like fully grown so that you can plan your space accordingly. Luckily, I had the right trellis last year. Otherwise, it would have took over my complete garden. But anyway, back to my seed selection. I've grabbed some beets and some carrots. I'm going to do these in containers this year, guys, only because the dirt here is heavily clay-based, which does not make the best dirt for in-ground root vegetables just because it's so tightly packed. It's hard for those vegetables to expand. And so I've been looking for one more thing and I found it. So these are the white icicle radishes. I'm definitely trying these this year. And again, I'm going to put those in a container. So let's get everything rung up and into the dirt. Our tradition every year, every growing season is me and my husband and my kids. We take a night in the garage. we are going to mix some fertilizer and some raised bed soil into our bucket. And we take all of the seeds that we are going to plant for that season and go ahead and put them into our cells. Now, these cells are not new. These cells are the containers that we've collected from seedlings over the years. It helps us to not only recycle, but it gives us great starters for our seeds that are going to go down into our garden. So as you can see, I'm just sorting out everything we have right now. I'm pulling out everything that was from the winter or the fall and just making space for everything that is for the spring and the summer growing season. It also helps me to organize the seeds by putting the same variety of each vegetable together. For example, I'll put all the onions together, all of the beets together, the radishes, and on and on. So that way I can keep track of what I have, how much of each thing I have to plant, and make sure that things get planted together and not get mixed up. John and Amiri are here mixing our fertilizer and raised bed soil into what I call our ground containers. I call them ground containers because they're going to simply hold the things that typically would go into the ground in our garden. So because I explained to you earlier, the clay nature of the soil here does not make for the best ground growing. Our potatoes, our carrots, our beets, our radishes, those type of things are going to go into those large container bins and grow above the ground in our garden to mimic growing inside the ground. Now that we've got the seeds organized, we're going to go ahead and spread that dirt mixture into our cell trays. So as you can see, some trays hold 6 cells, some hold 9, some hold 12, depending on what you're going to plant. I guess you can decide which size trays you need. I'm going to start off with my green beans. So for green beans, I usually just do a solo bean or seed per cell, and I don't plant them very deep. So one of the things you want to remember when doing your trays is that if you have deep cells like this, you're going to want to plant them no more than an inch or 2 below the dirt unless you're specifically instructed on your seed packet. For green beans, they only require to be down into the dirt about a half an inch. Remember, in nature, when things are being planted into the ground, they're not falling into a really deep hole. Most of the times they are going to be planted, they're going to grow and sprout right on the surface of the dirt where they fall naturally. So we want to mimic that when we're planting them into our cells. So for the green beans, I'm just going to push them down about a half an inch and just pinch it closed. Doesn't need much doesn't need much coverage. And then I'm going to use my little sticks to go ahead and label each cell tray and each section with the type of seeds. It's just something that I do to help me remember what is planted where, and then monitor the progress and make sure things are growing properly and growing on time. So it's not a fancy system, guys. I don't want you to think that you have to have any kind of high-tech things to figure out starting your seeds. It can be very simple and something completely custom to you that helps you specifically remember this is your journey, these are your rules, and this is your garden. So feel free to copy what I do, or if you don't feel like that's going to work for you, go ahead and just do your own thing. It's totally cool. But label your seeds if you need to. All right, guys, so as I'm doing the cells, my husband over here is going to do our onion container, where he's just going to put those right at the top, right on the surface. We got those bulbs from the garden center of Walmart as well. All right, guys, it's been a long night, but we're almost done. I've got my sunflowers planted. We've got, of course, our green beans here in the cell. We've got summer squash. We've got another variety of green beans, which are the purple ones, the wax beans. We've got our zucchinis, and of course our trays of different peppers. Well, And then over here in those little cups, I can't forget, we've got watermelon and cantaloupe. So quite busy tonight, guys. We got a lot planted, a lot went in the dirt. As you can see, we still got some seeds left over. I also managed to get my herbs, the ones that you guys helped me pick at Walmart, into my big pots, and those are going to grow on our balcony. We're wrapping up now, guys, and all that's going to be left are the items that get direct sown, which means they go directly into the dirt outside. They're not going to be put into our cell trays just because they grow better that way. So our new babies that we planted tonight will be inside for the next 4 to 6 weeks. I'll post a video to keep you guys updated on their progress. And as always, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.